Girls, what was the most obvious hint you dropped, and the guy just didn't get it?
Story 1. My buddy in college was stressing over when to make the move to kiss a girl he liked. While we encouraged him to not wait for the perfect moment and just go for it, he admitted he should have tried to kiss her when they were in the shower. Story 2. It's snowing. Just stay here. You can sleep in my bed. Story 3. We were discussing costumes and I sent a picture of me in my bunny suit and said I'd need help out of it. His response was telling me he hoped my roommate was home, or that would suck. I had to tell him I was implying I'd like him to take it off me, and it took him a minute to catch up. Story 4. A guy I'm currently seeing invited me camping earlier this month. We were cuddling and I noted how nice the showers are in the bathroom at the provincial park. I said they're really warm and lots of space for 2 people, trying to hint for him to join me for sexy time. This man, without missing a beat, says, "Actually, you could fit like 10 people in those showers." We laughed about it really hard the next weekend and he said, "I knew what you were getting at, but my brain just wanted to answer it logically." Story 5. A girl came to my house once and spent the night. Around the time for bed, she told me she doesn't sleep with a top on or panties. I told her that's okay, I'll sleep on the couch so she can be comfy. She called me from downstairs later that night and told me she couldn't sleep and she was cold. I figured, well, obviously, you're naked. So I gave her another blanket and went back downstairs. Story 6. AM Dumb Guy. Some of the hints I have missed and actually figured out by now, none of which ended in sex, kissing, or romance of any kind. Giving her multiple, extensive massages under her clothes and over her legs/ass, while her roommate was out for the night, and with a clear erection pressing into her ass. My only excuse is that she had said once that she was waiting for marriage, so IDK, I guess I wanted to be respectful, sleeping in a bed with different woman, bra and panties only, after she invited me over and offered tons of booze. The last time we were drunk, I had actually kissed her in a silly, playful way. Only excuse. She had deep dating history with a buddy of mine. Wanted to be respectful of both them. Getting ice cream with my bro. Another girl at Counter Gestures at Cones says, "I made them fresh. This one's for you. Burn my finger, see?" And proudly shows the band-aid where she sacrificed her digits for the dumb teen boy walking in. To which my dumbass replied, "How do you burn yourself making ice cream?" Bro told this story at my eventual wedding. First girlfriend at prom. Wasn't sure where relationship was going. Straight up turned down her asking me to kiss her, 'cause I wanted to respect her boundaries or something. Broke up later that night. She continued trying to see me for weeks. I didn't have steady girlfriend for another 4-ish years. I am sure there is an ocean I could fill with all the missed signals I still haven't even registered. Story 7. 2 years ago, I had a best friend that was a girl. I'm the boy. Our status was best friends. Time goes by while being friends, and she would frequently ask me to go to her home and chill. After a while, I got used to it. She then started welcoming me with less and less clothes and being more comfortable. One time we returned to her home after we went out to grab some food, and she said, "Come upstairs." I follow. She starts stripping and I was like, "Whoa, what's up with that?" And she said, "Just putting something comfy," while having her back at me wearing a thong and her beautiful ass out. I just sat there. Also, she would FaceTime me many times, and most of the time she would flash her ass wearing a thong. I just thought of it as a joke. SMH. And to top it all off, one day, I suddenly received her nudes on my messages. She said, "Do they look good?" I'm just asking because I would like to have them ready if the occasion comes. I was like, yeah, they get the job done. SMH. I can't help but damn myself for not fucking the shit out of her back then. I was too innocent. I was 15, as was her. Story 8. I am also going to drop a story because I am very retarded and don't know shit. This story happened 2008. When I started university, There was a girl writing small letters every now and then and wanted to hang out with me. So I always invited some friends over to have a fun time together, and only she and me won't feel too alone. I actually did not get it that she was into me. That happened maybe 2-3 times. And this shit hits the fan. She once came over to my place to play video games. I agreed, because she wanted to check out MGS4. I thought, dude, awesome. A girl which is into really cool video games. When I booted up the game, she said, "It is so hot in here. I am taking off my blouse while I played." Actually, I really did not get that. I said, "Don't worry, I'll open the window, so there will be fresh, cool air in the room." After a while, and behold, I was, and maybe I am still retarded. She sat closer and closer to me and cuddled up and said, "Now, it is so cold. Could you warm me a bit up?" And I gave her a blanket and said nothing, while continuing to play MGS4. It was during the week around 11 p.m., and she still was at my place, so I told her, "I am tired, could you please go home?" And so she did. I realized that she was into me maybe 3 to 4 years ago, when I told this story to my friends, and they were all in awe. They told me they have never heard so much fuck-uppery ever. Story 9. This was some years ago. I was 22, had been talking to this guy for a while, and was ready to lose my virginity. I was a college student living at home, but my mom and stepdad were on vacation celebrating their anniversary, and I figured this would be the perfect time to make my move. He and I already had a date scheduled, so before we went, I cleaned my room and the entire house from top to bottom, created a chill playlist on my computer to listen to, shaved/waxed every necessary inch of my body from the forehead down, put on sexy underwear, and waited for him to pick me up. We went out to the movies, and when he dropped me off at home, I invited him in with the added context and in a leading, flirty tone of voice that we would be all alone and had all the time in the world to do whatever he wanted. He said, "That's all right. I'm sure you want to enjoy this time you get without your parents to be alone." He was sure, and he was wrong. I just stared at him for like 10 solid seconds in silence before I nodded, said, "Yeah, that's true," and got out of the car. The walk from my driveway to the front door was the real walk of shame, and I hadn't even gotten any good sex out of it. After that, I sat in my very clean house in my sexy underwear, eating pizza and wondering how that could have gone differently. It was my first time trying to seduce a guy into sex, and it failed miserably. I laughed about it though, and I still laugh about it now. I just figured it wasn't in the cards for me yet. Ended up losing my virginity a few more years later to the guy I'm currently engaged to, so it worked out wonderfully. He's pretty good at picking up what I'm throwing down. LOL. Story 10. So answering in lieu of my late wife here, I, husband, am dumb. Like, really dumb. She and I met and became friends very quickly, but I didn't know she apparently had a huge crush on me. I thought she was out of my league, and apparently she thought I was out of her league too, but she couldn't stop the feels. She rubbed her feet on me while we were talking, asked me in detail about my package, gave me her phone number with the line, "Hit me up if you want pizza and sex." We went out for lunch. She offered to fellate me for a Dr. Pepper, and she was very insistent that we got meat lovers pizza when I asked her what she wanted for watching a movie later. After we watched the movie, she was in my bed. I figured she was just wanting to keep warm and cuddle, but she strutted into my bathroom stark naked and I had some DDs staring at me. She kissed me and told me, "I want you to fuck me, you idiot." A regular romance story there. In my defense, she had a really warped sense of humor, and I thought she was kidding with all that stuff. It felt so natural with us being friends that the thought didn't even cross my mind until she propositioned me that there was potential for more. I'd had some really fucked up exes, and I thought romance was something where I had to jump through hoops for the other person and wait on them hand on foot. But she was different. That's why she was the one who I got on one knee for. Advice to the ladies out there. If my wife telling me, "I want you to fuck me," got through my legendarily thick skull, I think as a last resort that'll get through to anybody. And that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it, and don't forget to comment with a similar anecdote or experience related to the video's topic. Leave a like, share the video if you enjoyed it, and lastly, don't forget to activate the notification bell so you don't miss any of our daily videos. Ciao!